Hi there, Release Fire here, so I'm going to take you through the Venomantis boss fight here in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Essentially, you get 3 of these gits to take on. It's for the quest Paying Respects for this old man, and it's a tough one, so I'm going to walk you through how to beat the 3 of them. Hopefully the video helps you out. If it does, drop me a like below. But essentially it takes place up at the graveyard, which you'll find by tracking your way back up out through Sector 5, and then you'll come to this gate. If you haven't got the key to this gate, you get it from the kids' hideout in Center District. But before you head on in, it's a good idea to make sure you upgrade your weapons as much as possible. And what you find is if you have to take this fight on a number of times, you might get upgrades part way through, so keep checking as you take the 3 Venomantis on. You might actually have some upgrades to do, and that will help you out in the fight. And then the other thing to take into account is that you definitely need to look at your materia. The Venomantis are all really susceptible to ice, so make sure both Cloud and Aerith are well set up for ice attacks. And then if you've got the elemental materia, put that in place as well, because that will boost your ice attack. And then the other thing that you can put in is like a revival if you need to bring Aerith back to life halfway through, because these guys can dish out some serious damage. And then my first strike materia means that as soon as I start in this battle, I can hit one of the Venomantis up with Blizzard, which you can see knocks it down for a short period of time, and ideally you'd get in the hits on that one Venomantis. However, it's not so easy, especially like early on in the fight when there's a few of them to take on. But ideally what you're looking to do is target one of them, wait until they're staggered as this one is on the ground, and then try to lay in as much damage as possible, because ideally you'd be taking them on one at a time, but because there's 3, it's just a lot tougher. So it's a good idea to try to take one of them out as quickly as possible, which will then leave you with an easier job against 2 of them a little bit later on. So in general, you want to keep on going after the same one, keep on hitting it with Blizzard. It doesn't take too long to build up your ATB charge, and then again just knock it down and then do your damage. However, you're still going to be susceptible to this, which is the Torpid Sting from one of the Venomantis. You can see it trying to throw one at Aerith there, and that could be really dangerous. And the worst part of the whole thing is it's not just one strike. It kind of leaves this kind of like miasma anytime it lands, so you can even just walk into it and that can do the damage that it needs. But if you keep cycling through, hitting it with Blizzard, you should be able to finish one of them off, and that'll leave you with a slightly easier battle with just 2 to take on. So here you can see I've got Aerith, and Cloud is downed over there from the last of the attacks just before that other one went down. However, you can see Aerith using Blizzard to be able to stagger this first one, and then just building up an ATB high enough to be able to get the other one, and then I've got both of them down on the ground. So you can see how much of a huge benefit using Blizzard is against these 2. However, one of the problems with Aerith is that her dodge is not particularly fast. So if you find that that's a bit too much of an issue for you, then you might want to stick with Cloud and revive him anytime he goes down. And then it's just a case of cycling through the Blizzard, trying to get both of them. If you can build up a double ATB and keep yourself away from both of them, then that should be enough to be able to like stagger one, finish the other one off, and then you can run on in and do as much damage as possible to this last one, which is really susceptible to Aerith's attacks. And you just keep doing that entire process until you whittle the last one down, which you can see me doing now. And that is how to beat the Venomantis boss fight here in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hopefully that helps you get the job done too. If it does, drop me a like below. You can also subscribe to the channel with the links on the left hand side, and check out the rest of my guide to Final Fantasy VII Remake with the links on the right hand side. Leave any comments and I will catch you next time.